What is good, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Big Sin, aka Philip Andrews, which is my real name. I'm joined by Hollywood J Black here on
Sir.
Synful Blaq TV and Synful Blaq Sports. We just want to give a heartfelt message out to the family of Chadwick Boseman. We lost him on Friday. The man was a social justice hero and a hero to not only the African American community, but all communities. The star of Black Panther passed away of, what was it, colon cancer?
Colon cancer, yeah.
He filmed 5 movies while going through chemo and surgeries and never once mentioned that he was sick or going through what he was going through. On Friday evening, he passed away in his home with his wife and kids by his side. So we just want to give a little 10-second moment of silence to Chadwick Boseman before we get this sports talk going.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we are going to continue. We are going to get on the Overtime Sports Show, AFC West preview. Hollywood,
Let's go.
let's do it. What is good? What is good? What is really, really good, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. This is the boy Big Sin. That's Hollywood J Black. And we are here with the NFL AFC West 196.
Hold on.
I cut that off the copyright situation.
Hold on. It's going to go blank. Watch this. Oh, that's good. There we go.
All right. What is good, ladies and gentlemen? We are here. We had a heartfelt message at the beginning of this video, so if you click past it, go back and listen to it for one Chadwick Boseman. But right now, we are here to talk about the reigning, defending 2019 Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, led by their starting quarterback, Patrick Mahomes.
Yes. What a interesting division that this was. This division started out as complete crap. And that's not even an understatement. I wish I could say that was. It started out the first season as the Chiefs had went 3-2, and everybody was like, what the hell is going on? The Broncos didn't get a win. The Raiders didn't get a win. The Chargers, who was supposed to take over the division after a successful previous season, didn't get a win. It was horrible. And then all of a sudden, somebody stepped on the gas, all gas, no brakes. And teams realized, oh, shit, we're actually playing football this year. Oh, okay. The Raiders ended up with a 7-9 record. The Broncos ended up with a 7-9 record. The Chiefs were sorry, but the toughest sorry team in the NFL. And the Chiefs, they cruised, even with a Patrick Mahomes injury, to a Super Bowl championship against my 49ers, unfortunately. But it's okay. It's okay.
You know, not only did your 49ers lose, but they also started the COVID pandemic by this picture.
Whatever. It is not their fault, okay? Blaming the 49ers. That's blasphemous.
No, it's not. It's truth. As he stuffs his face over there, the first team we will be talking about is the LA Chargers. And the LA Chargers didn't have any COVID holdouts. So that's one less thing I need to bring up.
Exactly. I mean, you're in California, you're in LA. Hell, you ain't got to worry about fans coming to the stadium as it is before COVID. Why you got to worry about COVID now? They don't worry. Don't worry about it. It's cool.
Which means the Chargers have a distinct advantage over the rest of the NFL because they are used to not having fans.
Yes. They don't have to worry about piping and music to the stadium, piping and fan noise. They know what it's like not to have people at the stadium. They're just going to come in and be like, yo, we got home field advantage everywhere we go, baby. Yeah. Oh. But the good news is that it is a new era in Los Angeles. It's a new day. Yes, it is.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
There's no more Phillip Rivers. He has since left to the AFC South, the dirty.
The dirty.
With Tyrod Taylor is the new quarterback there now.
Right now, the starting quarterback is listed as Tyrod Taylor. Yes.
Yes, that is until somebody takes his job. That's because that always happens to Tyrod Taylor.
The quarterback they drafted with the number 6 pick, Justin Herbert.
So they're giving Tyrod Taylor's not going to be starting after week 6. It's all good. No worries.
All right. So the offseason signings for the LA Chargers go like this. They signed Trey Turner, Chris Harris Jr., who is a very good corner or safety, Brian Beluga, Donald Parham, Nick Vigil, Storm Norton, Linval Joseph, Darius Jennings, and Derek Gore. The biggest losses of their season from last year, they lost Phillip Rivers to the Colts, as we mentioned, Melvin Gordon to the Broncos, Russell Okung to the Panthers, and one of the Watt boys, Derek Watt, to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
So here's my thing, okay? The Chargers knew that they weren't going to keep Melvin Gordon, okay? They knew that he wasn't going to play next year if you held him there. Why did they keep him last year? Why did they not trade him to somebody? So they lost him for nothing, held them hostage, and got nothing in return. This is poor management. I'd be like, nigga, you don't want to play for my team? All right, cool. We're going to get a draft pick for your bitch ass. Nigga, what? No. The Charger ownership doesn't know what the fuck it's doing. I mean, they could have traded Phillip Rivers 2 years ago when he had his best season.
Yeah.
He could have traded him to Tampa or Miami 2 seasons ago. After that season, he had his best season, got him into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And then I would have traded him right then and there. But no, they don't listen. Nobody listens in LA. So now they have to start from the bottom because they were at the bottom. Unfortunately, they haven't, to me, I mean, we're going to go over the draft picks and we're going to go over their schedule. But to me, they haven't made enough strides in order to be able to make a difference in probably the toughest division in football, one of the toughest divisions in football.
All right, let's go ahead and look at the draft picks right now.
All right, let's pull it up on the screen.
Yep. We got Justin Herbert, Kenneth Murray, Joshua Kelly, Joe Reed, Alohi Gilman, and KJ Hill. The big names there are obviously Justin Herbert and Kenneth Murray. They added a linebacker to help out, Joey Bosa, and his new big-time contract on defense. Not a bad draft.
Not a bad draft. And I think Kelly is very underrated in this draft. I mean, when he comes in, he's going to be the de facto starter. I mean, at this point, because they don't have enough firepower running back to make a difference. My worry is that this offense is going to be so simplistic. Is he going to actually be effective?
My question is Keenan Allen going to stay healthy after all that shit he talked about not being a top 10 wide receiver?
Yeah, that is a good question. I don't know. I mean, he might. They did draft 2 receivers. Okay, so let's start there. They drafted 2 receivers, so it's not like they're not planning on him not dying. You know what I'm saying?
Keenan Allen, I don't think has played a 16-game season in his career.
No. This is in fact a rebuilding year, and I feel that we say this every year about San Diego. Every year
LA.
San Diego, because they might as well play there because people won't show up to the game in LA. They're not showing up to the game in San Diego.
I'm going to get my best Ron Burgundy impression right now. Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
I mean, I'm keeping it real. Ain't nobody showing up there anyway. Ain't nobody showing up to LA for the game. Ain't nobody showing up to San Diego for the game. I mean, they might as well still be called the San Diego Chargers.
You're not wrong.
You know, their hub can be in LA for all I fucking care, but ain't nobody showing up. So it doesn't matter.
They are sharing a stadium with a soccer team. They don't even have their own stadium.
Yeah, they weren't even allowed to share the stadium with the Rams, who have their own fuckery fuck ups that we're going to talk about in the next episode. Because you think Los Angeles Chargers fucking management is fucked. So let me tell you something about the fucking the Rams. Like I said, that's the next episode. I'll get on their ass then. But this is let me pull up the schedule because I think we've talked about the Chargers possibly even going 0-16. I mean, as many points as any times that we've talked about it. I mean, I don't think they'll go 0-16. I think they'll win a few of their division games.
All right, go ahead and pop that up. All right, so we got the Bengals, the Chiefs, the Panthers, the Buccaneers, the Saints, the Jets, the Dolphins, the Jaguars, the Las Vegas Raiders. We got the Broncos, the Bills, the Patriots, the Falcons, the Raiders again, the Broncos, and the Chiefs. So that they are very unfortunate to have to play the Chiefs, Tampa Bay, and the Saints in the first 6 weeks of the season.
Their freaking secondary is going to get shredded. Well, look, have you seen Joe Burrow in practice?
Yeah.
Dude is good. He's torching fools. So you got to play 5 passing teams now because Joe Burrow's team is going to be a passing team. There's nobody, let's make no mistake about it. So the first 5 games of the season are passing teams. Bengals, fucking Saints.
The Carolina Panthers are not a passing team.
Oh, up here. I'm sorry. Let's see. My bad. So Bengals,
Chiefs, Panthers, Buccaneers, the Saints are their first 6.
You know, it's funny. I went up and down to the left side and up and down to the right side like a fucking dumbass. Whoops.
Welcome to our sports show, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to our sports show. We got fun and games. Oh, let me put this back up.
We got everything you want, and sometimes you make memes.
That's right. That's Synful Blaq TV in a nutshell, baby.
All right, so I'm looking at it here. With the way Joe Burrow looks in practice, it is practice, so you really don't know. But loss, win, loss, win. I'm looking at fucking maybe 4-12.
You're being very generous. Okay.
I'm being nice.
Joe Burrow, I think Joe Burrow, I think I even said that the Bengals might beat the Chargers at the beginning of the season. I think that was a slight possibility. So I'll claim that one. So we'll say Bengals win that one. So that's a loss, and then another loss. They'll beat the Panthers, maybe, but it's Bridgewater. So loss. Tampa, loss. Saints, loss. Jets at home. Okay, I'll give them a win. All right, fine. We'll give them a win on that one. Dolphins, I think by week 6, either one or two things is happening. Ryan Fitzpatrick is having the season of his career, or Tua Tagovailoa is starting. Either way, loss. The Jacksonville Jaguars, loss. Raiders, loss. Broncos, loss. Because especially it's in Mile High. The Bills, loss. Patriots, loss. Falcons, loss. Raiders again, loss. Broncos, loss. Chiefs, lost. 1-15.
1-15?
1-15.
God damn.
1-15.
So right now you are saying the LA Chargers will have the number 1 pick in the draft next year.
That's right, baby. You got to play it for 2021.
All right. So next up, we are talking about a team who has a new home right here in my state, and I will not be supporting the team. We are talking about the Las Vegas Raiders.
You're not going to go to a random game?
No, because tickets are like $85 a seat. So no. And that's the nosebleed.
What nosebleed? It's probably on top of the dome. What are you talking about? The seat is going to be a TV on top of the dome. That's what it's going to be like. Oh, look at this view. It's so wonderful. I'm paying $85 for this, guys. I'm living an experience. Oh.
No, I'm not going to the Giant Rumba to watch the Raiders play football.
I know.
Unless the Patriots are in town.
So when we did the NFL preview last year, the Raiders still had Antonio Brown. But they were trying to get
he played one game as a Raider.
Yeah, one preseason game. And we had predicted that the Raiders were gonna steal this division from everyone. We thought the Chargers were gonna do it. We thought that it was gonna be the Chargers, the Raiders, and if I remember, the Chargers, Raiders, Chiefs. I think Chiefs being the number 1, Chargers being Chargers number 1, Raiders number 2, and the Chiefs stealing a 3rd spot. Last year, this is how we predicted. I have to go back and double check, but I think that's how we predicted it.
Yeah, we picked the AFC West to have 3 playoff teams.
Yeah, because we knew that the AFC East wasn't going to have it because we didn't believe in Buffalo.
No, it's just the Patriots.
Yeah, and the only team that we believed, we didn't think that the Titans were going to be good, and we thought because matter of fact, that was when Andrew Luck, he had just retired, and we're like, oh. All right,
so real quick, the COVID holdouts for the Las Vegas Raiders are Jeremiah Valoga, which is a big fucking loss.
Yeah.
DJ Killings and Ukeme Eligwe. But they brought in free agency. They brought in Marcus Mariota, Corey Littleton, Jason Witten, Carl Nassib, Malik Collins, Jeff Heath, Nick Kwiatkowski, Eric Cush, Nick O'Leary, Nelson Aguilar, Stonehands, Daniel Ross, Demarius Randall, and Prince Amakamura. So they upgraded their defense with Corey Littleton. Prince Amakamura is going to be a veteran presence in the backfield, which is something they lacked last year. Demarius Randall is decent. Jason Witten is a Hall of Famer, but he's 37 years old. All he's going to be used is as a red zone target, since last year the Raiders were the worst red zone team in the NFL. But then you got good old concrete hands, Nelson Aguilar.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that Josh Jacobs has a 3rd season as a breakout running back. That's kind of where I'm at. I think that the season is going to really rest on Josh Jacobs.
They paid him like he's going to.
Yeah, that's how it really has to go. Because if Josh Jacobs doesn't perform, then this Raiders thing isn't going nowhere. We've seen that happen when Josh Jacobs was injured, which is how a lot of the losses got attributed to Oakland. Like they were making strides to actually steal a playoff spot, and then at the end of the day, they didn't.
Well, last year the problem was they were so counting on Antonio Brown to be on this team that it ended up being Mike Williams as the number 1 target. That doesn't help anybody because Mike Williams is not a number 1.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Good.
He's barely even a number 2. Yeah, he has to be a slot option, and him as a number 1 wasn't going to work out. We knew it wasn't going to work out, but they actually made the most of it, all things considering, which was because of Josh Jacobs.
When we talk about the draft, we're going to talk about their biggest upgrade.
Oh, yes.
In the draft here. So their biggest upgrade is that number 1 pick right there, Henry Ruggs III, and he has been torching the defense in practice.
Yes, he has. I've been seeing a few of the highlights in there. They are like he is going to be something else. If he can not get injured, stay healthy, and do his thing, we're gonna go a long way. But let's talk about Lynn Bowden Jr.
Yeah, we also got, hold on, let me run them down real quick. Henry Ruggs, Damon Arnett, Lynn Bowden Jr., Brian Edwards, Tanner Muse, John Simpson, and Amik Robertson. They drafted 3 wide receivers in this draft.
Yeah, 3 wide receivers, a running back, and a shutdown corner.
Inside linebacker and 2 corners.
Yeah, 2 corners. This is going to be – I'm here for it. Listen. This is going to be – I think it's going to be interesting to see how this all meshes. It sucks because we don't have a preseason to see how this is all turning out. But
the lack of a preseason is showing to be a big problem with all the injuries happening around the NFL right now.
Well, yeah, because there's no way to get game ready. I think see the thing with preseason is while they took it serious, it also lets you evaluate talent. You know what I'm saying? It lets you evaluate who is going to be good, who's going to be a bad, who is going to be a breakout star, who need a little bit of coaching. Now you're going to the season, and essentially the first 4 weeks of the season are essentially going to be like preseason games.
Yeah. We haven't said this yet on any of these videos, but this is going to be the hardest season for us to predict.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we're looking at it based off players, but we're also basing off the coaching staffs, right? Yeah. So we only have 2 things to go off. What did they do last year, and what did they change to fix the problems that they had last year?
Yeah.
You know, which is why
that's the reason we gave New England such a big grade, because Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels are still there.
Yeah, yeah, and it's kind of like, to me, right now, essentially, the Patriots are like the 2000 Ravens. They built up this defense, the scheming of it, to make it basically an impenetrable defense to give the offense an opportunity to win games, just like they did last year. And so that's something to think about in the course of things. But same thing with Tampa, with Bruce Arians' offense being quarterback friendly, it gives the opportunity for Tom Brady to succeed, which is why we also gave Tampa Bay a good grade. You know what I'm saying? Because we've seen what Carson Palmer did in it. Hell, we've seen what Jameis Winston did in it. Even with all his interceptions, he still got 30 touchdowns and was the number 1 quarterback in the NFL last year.
5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 30 interceptions.
Yes, quarterback friendly is an understatement when it comes to Bruce Arians' offense. You know, so you got, let's just say it, it's real. But like this right here, this is going to be tough. Like, it's a new stadium. They've never played. The routine is going to be different. The walkthroughs, everything that you're used to as a player going through Oakland, none of that's there. It's a new stadium. It's a new town. It's a new city, a new fan base, new people to get along with, new people to understand and grind with. It's not the Bay Area where you can go far away and live your best life. Everybody's going to know you one way or the other. You know, there's no place.
Vegas is a very interesting place. You know, you lived here a long time.
I'm
still here. The way... See, Las Vegas has been craving professional sports. And you can see that with the Las Vegas Golden Knights, with the Las Vegas Aces, and now the Raiders are going to have a big, healthy fan base out here.
Oh, yeah, because a lot of people from Cali, the LA people and the Oakland people, moved to Vegas decades ago when they couldn't afford to live in California anymore. Trust me, when we used to go to the bar, what fan base did we see out there? Raiders fans, LA Raiders fans.
When I walked into that bar, decked out in Patriots gear, and almost got into a fight.
Oh yeah, with all them dirty looks right down the street from us. Oh yeah, I remember. This is a Raiders bar. Nigga, I got my Niners jersey. He got his Patriots jersey on. What, bitch? Huh?
I had Patriots jersey, hat, fucking jogging pants. Like, what up? All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this Raiders schedule this season.
Bada boom, realest guys in the room. How you doing?
So right now, the Raiders, we're looking at the Carolina Panthers, the New Orleans Saints, the New England Patriots, the Buffalo Bills, Kansas City, Tampa Bay, Cleveland, the LA Chargers, Denver, Kansas City, Atlanta, the Jets, Indy, the Chargers, the Dolphins, and the Broncos. They have a very rough start to their schedule in those first 6 games. 7 games.
So we got to look at it as a couple things, right? The first and foremost, they have a really, really decent homestand at the end of the season.
Yeah.
5 of their 8 games are in the back half of the schedule. At home. 5 of the 8 games are at home on the back half of their schedule.
On the front half of the schedule, at Carolina, at New England, at Kansas City.
Yep. Well, Carolina. See, I think the Carolina West is going to be an easy win for me. I think that to me is if they lose that game, given that they're the most stable team right now. I think the Raiders, as far as especially with quarterbacking, he's been in the system. He knows John Gruden's system. I think the offense is going to come to play. The defense is going to be bend break. I can see that game being like a 34-24 type of situation. New Orleans, I think they lose that game because I think they're going to be outmatched. New England, I think they'll be outmatched slightly on that end. Buffalo, I think they'll be slightly outmatched. And I know it's at home, but I think the Buffalo game, to me, I think I even said it in the Buffalo video, I think they win the Buffalo game because I believe that's the first. I don't think they'll beat New Orleans, but I think the big will come in Buffalo. Okay,
yeah,
so then
Buffalo people you gotta remember this too. Defense travels, and Buffalo has one of the best defenses in the NFL.
Oh yeah. I still think that the Raiders can beat Buffalo at home. I think it'll be their first home win of the season. I don't think they'll beat New Orleans at home unless something drastically bad happens in New Orleans. But considering there's still no crowds, I'm just saying in general, they got to break in the stadium somehow. But then this schedule, I could foresee the first half of their schedule going 3-5, with wins in Buffalo, wins in Carolina, and wins in LA at LA. Which is
I have them looking at the schedule myself. I have them slated at 8-8.
All right, so let's say 3-5 in the first half. Denver at home, I think they'll win that one. Kansas City, they'll lose. Oh no, I think they'll win that one because they always play tough. So I think 5-5.
You see, I honestly think that Kansas City game here in Vegas is going to be very dangerous for the Raiders because Patrick Mahomes is going to want to show out in the new stadium.
It may be might want to. I don't know. So then we look at it. So I'll say boom, boom. So I'll say 5-5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10-6.
10-6. You are being very generous, sir.
Yeah, because look at this. After the Kansas City game, it's Atlanta, New York, Indianapolis, LA, Miami, and then Denver again. So depending on what happens at Denver at home, I think it's still going to flip-flop. But I think Denver will hold their own. I think they'll lose the game in Denver. But my thing is that 10-6 in this division isn't going to be good enough to get them into the playoffs.
No.
Unfortunately. So.
Because there's stronger teams in other divisions who are not going to win their divisions, but they're going to be better than the Raiders.
Well, yeah. But, they're going to be playing tiebreaker teams such as Cleveland, that's not a guaranteed win. That's why I call that against my 5 losses. Teams like Buffalo, which can easily go 11-5 again. In their division, Kansas City, I think they'll split the series with Kansas City. That's why I'm like, they might split it. But then at Denver, not Mile High. Not Mile High in January. Fuck that. That's not happening. But they're facing Miami, Chargers, and Indianapolis, all 3-game homestand. I think they'll win all 3 of those to get the crowd into it, like to build that home field advantage. I think the Raiders actually go maybe 6-2, 7-1 at home. If I feel it. I kind of feel like that's actually a really decent possibility.
I got you. I don't agree with your logic, but I got you. I will support anything that you say. I just might not agree with it all the time.
It's like, what? This isn't politics, sir. Okay. Oh, we're having a decent sports discussion. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Wrong script. My bad. I'm sorry.
Anywho, next up we are going to go with one of the early season worst teams in the NFL who ended up with a not so bad record. We got the Denver Broncos, who, when they were led by Joe Flacco, didn't do a goddamn thing.
Oh my God! Well, we're going there now. We're going there.
Yes. So let me mention their opt-out list. Let's see. They have the Denver Broncos. Kyle Pecco opted out. That is bad.
That's bad.
And Jawan James opted out. That is bad also.
Hey, peep game
One
though.
of the best defensive linemen and one of the best offensive linemen both opted out for COVID.
But that pales in comparison to the fact that Joe Flacco opted out the last half of the season last year.
Joe Flacco opted out week 1. What are you talking
about? That's just how that went.
So
the Broncos.
Hold on, let me talk about the signings real quick.
Okay.
They signed Jacob Bobenmoyer, who did not play in 2019. His 2019 team was none. DeMar Dotson, Jeff Driscoll, Graham Glasgow, Melvin Gordon, Sam Martin, Nick Barnett, and another guy who didn't play last year, Deshaun Williams. Their running back core is a little scary here with Phillip Lindsay and Melvin Gordon in the backfield.
Yeah, the Broncos have established themselves as the premier running team in the NFL. Even having a bad season in the beginning and in the middle of the season, as they did last year, the one thing that was always constant was the Broncos' running game. Phillip Lindsay would constantly go for 100 yards rushing in losing efforts. It's amazing how they did this. I just was like, God, this team sucks, but Phillip Lindsay is killing it in my fantasy league. Oh,
so I need to ask you a question.
Yeah,
I'm going to list off the wide receivers for the Denver Broncos, and I want you to tell me if you know who any of them are. You ready?
Okay.
Trinity Benson.
No.
Fred Brown.
No.
Tyree Cleveland.
No.
Deshaun Hamilton.
No.
KJ Harrier.
No.
Kendall Hinton.
No.
Jerry Jeudy.
No.
Tim Patrick.
No.
Deontay Spencer.
No.
This is probably a name that I do recognize. Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, I remember him.
Cody White.
There's a bunch of Cody Whites in the NFL. Are you sure he plays receiver? Oh.
And Juwan Winfrey.
No.
That is the 2020 Denver Broncos receiving core.
Those sound like generic-ass names from college football 2014.
They sound like you hit the randomizer on Madden for creative player.
It sounds like a draft class from a future draft class, creative draft class from Madden. Holy fuck.
Speaking of their draft class, you want to go ahead and pop that up real quick?
Yes. Let me pull it up. Oh, there's Jerry Jeudy.
Jerry Jeudy was the guy who was not the guy we just talked about on the Raiders for Alabama last year.
Yes.
KJ Harrier is the troubled receiver out of Penn State.
Emphasis on the word troubled.
Yep. Michael Ohemudia. Lloyd Cushenberry III.
That's a wonderful name. Cushenberry.
And he's a center. McTelvin Ajim. Albert Akuwenbu Bunaham.
Well, okay, fine.
Justin Strnad. Natai Muti. Tyree Cleveland. So 3 of their wide receivers are rookies. And Derek Tuska.
Yikes. That is a murderer's row of people who I don't know. I don't see.
It's a murderer's row of who the fuck are you? That's it.
Listen. Jerry Jeudy was the non-popular receiver in Alabama, and somehow he went number one.
Almost to the fact where John Elway was like, "Oh yeah, they had a good wide receiver. Yeah, it's that Jeudy guy. Yeah, that guy." No, it wasn't. It was the guy who the Raiders drafted.
Fuck.
And the sad part is, if I'm looking at the draft correctly, they picked Jerry Jeudy. Yep, they had the pick before the Raiders. They picked Jerry Jeudy over the other wide receiver.
Oh my god. So let's talk about, before we go into the schedule, we got to talk about, since we're talking about receiver, we got to talk about their quarterback situation. Okay.
All right. So they have 3 quarterbacks on the roster. The 3 quarterbacks are. They have Jeff Driscoll, who was in Detroit last year, failing his ass off.
Yeah.
Drew Lock, who took this team to some wins at the end of the season, and Brett Ripien.
Yes, the son of Mark Ripien, I believe, or his nephew or some shit like that, if I remember correctly. I think he's like a nephew or something like that. But he's a record holder for passing yards at Boise. He beat Kellen Moore's record.
Yeah.
So Drew Lock was what really impressed the hell out of me last year. I didn't know that Drew Lock was made of some of the stuff that he was made of. Dude balled out last year. I said Drew Lock is probably going to die because the Broncos don't give a shit about quarterback. He made sure he did not, in fact, not die last year, and in doing so, got them to a 7-9 record.
Well, the thing is, in John Elway's eyes, a quarterback must be at least 6'1" and white.
Pretty much, and be extremely underpaid. That's the other thing about that too. Don't forget about
it last year, and the size Joe Flacco's garbage.
Well, they paid Joe Flacco more money than they paid any other quarterback in the last 10 years. Okay, which is why it was also easy to get rid of him because he's not going to pay you twice for doing bullshit. John Elway owns car dealerships. He knows how to undercut your ass, all right?
But he's also running this team like it is a used car dealership.
Remember we said that last year?
But he's still doing it. How does this man have a job?
I have no idea. Matter of fact, didn't they re-sign him for another year? Oh, you're completely trash as a GM, but he gave us Drew Lock, so we'll give you one more year. What? He probably went in the meeting like
another tall white quarterback.
He went in the meeting like, thank you. He probably had his shit packed. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm gonna just go be GM for the Legends Football League team in Denver or something like that. He was ready to go. They're like, John, it's time for your meeting. They're like, yeah, you were completely ass on everything else, but you drafted Drew Lock, buddy. Congratulations, you bought yourself another year. Yeah, playoffs. Woo! Playoffs. That's what Jim Moore pops up. Playoffs. Closer to the
playoffs.
So this team is probably going to go as far as Drew Lock takes them and Philip Lindsay takes them. That's it. I don't see anything else happening with the Broncos. Like, their defense is always going to be their defense, which is going to be very stout. It's all going to be tough to blend in. Will
actually show up this year? That's the question.
He tried to show up last year, but he was outperformed by his teammates. Yeah. That's every time Von Miller would attempt to make a play, his teammates would make an even better play.
And that's what he gets for doing nothing but Old Spice commercials for our off season.
All right, so let's get to this dang schedule. Let's see how bad this is going to be.
Right, so we got the Titans, the Steelers, the Buccaneers, the Jets, Patriots, Dolphins, Chiefs, Falcons, Raiders, Chargers, Saints, Chiefs, Panthers, Bills, Chargers, Raiders.
So it's like you got to do a chant like fuck, win, fuck, win, fuck. So
the teams in white are home games.
Yeah, so fuck, win. The first three is Titans, Steelers, and the Bucks. Off top, fuck, and then win. And then back to the Patriots, fuck. And then, they might beat the Dolphins on the road. So, okay, we'll be nice. So, fuck, win. Fuck, win. So that's what, 2 and 6? Oh, geez. Then the Raiders. Well, no, remember the Raiders, they're playing in Denver. So Yellow's at home. Remember,
I was wrong.
Remember week 10 they're playing the Raiders in LA. I mean, not LA, in Vegas. So yeah, fuck, win.
It really don't change anything for the beginning of the season.
Yeah, fuck, win. Fuck, win. No, fuck. win, fuck, win. No, fuck, win. Oh, that brings us back to, 8-8.
I got him at 4-12.
Jeez.
I don't believe in Drew Lock. Sorry.
You don't believe in Drew Lock?
No, I do not.
You don't believe in the running game nor the defense, sir?
No, I do not.
You don't believe they can lose to the Chargers twice?
Lose to the Chargers twice?
I mean, beat the Chargers twice. Beat the Chargers twice. My bad.
The way John Elway runs his team, yes, I believe it.
John Elway's going to come down and coach, or probably quarterback by the time this is all said and done.
Yeah, I think the old man Nick Fangio is going to get fired, and it won't be his fault at the end of the season.
Mm-mm. Budget cuts, baby. He's going to fire a coach and coach the team himself. Take double the salary.
And he's going to go out there and try and play quarterback.
John Elway has passed away at the ripe age.
Yeah, we could actually start running this team right. Oh.
Damn. Okay, that's fine. Okay.
So what do you got, Matt? I have him at 4-12. What do you got him at?
I said 8-8.
8-8.
8-8.
So next, we will be talking about the reigning, defending 2019-2020 NFL Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes, this team came off of a high of a year. Nobody expected. Well, I can't say nobody. The pundits and the experts predicted Kansas City to be Super Bowl champions. I didn't expect Kansas City to be Super Bowl champions because we needed Patrick Mahomes to get over the Patriot hump. Unfortunately, he didn't have to get over the Patriot hump because the Titans did it for him.
Just like Darlene, other people fix things for him.
Yeah, that's right. The running game was non-existent this year after they traded Kareem Hunt.
And Sean McCoy got hurt early in the season.
Yeah, so there was Derek Williams. And Derek Williams got hurt. And I think he's not even going to be playing at the beginning of the season. So they actually end up having to get a couple free agents to fill in that spot, which might not be on your list because it recently happened.
So, so the holdouts for the Kansas City Chiefs for COVID are Laurent Duvernay-Tardif, Damian Williams, and Lucas Niang.
Yeah, that's what happened. Damian Williams is held out for COVID. I thought it was an injury, but he held out for COVID, excuse me. But yeah, they recently just signed a running back. I don't remember who it was. Like I said, it might not be on your list. I can't remember exactly who it was and how they're addressing this Damian Williams issue.
They got Elijah McGuire, DeAndre Washington. That's what I have on the list I have.
Yeah, there should be another one. Hold on, give me a second here. I'll pull it up for you.
So while he's doing that, some of the other additions on this team are Felton Davis, Marcus Marshall, and David Wells. Oh, that's lost. Yeah. That's lost. My bad. They gained Darius Harris, Daniel Helm, Braxton Hoyt, Nick Kaiser, John Lovett, Tyler Newsome, Emmanuel Smith, Andrew Sorch, and Tim Ward.
Well, so that's what I want to talk about because when we get to the draft in a second. So they picked up DeAndre Washington, that one dude that we just talked about.
Yeah,
they picked him up, and now their fullback Anthony Sherman is going to end up being a running back, a full-fledged running back, Mike Allstott style. But they're heavily invested in the rookie, their first-round draft pick.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire?
Yes, they spent the first-round pick on him from LSU. So let's pull up the draft picks on him right now.
All right, so we got Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Willie Gay. Right, okay.
Yeah. Willie Gay.
Yep.
Lucas Niang.
Yeah.
L'Arius Sneed. Mike Donna. and Sicarius Keys.
Yeah. So the running back position, the Edwards-Helaire, that dude is going to be something special. I mean, you very rarely see. All right, so let me rephrase this. So Andy Reid has a penchant for drafting running backs. He drafts very talented running backs. The issue is always coming to play is character. Remember, he drafted LaShawn McCoy, who they didn't have any issues until Andy Reid got let go. And then Kareem Hunt, but when we see the issue that happened there. And then Damian Williams, who was really good for him last year, and then he's out because of COVID.
Yep. So
now you got to think about this. So we're not the next man up, Clyde Williams, Clyde Helaire. As an Andy Reid follower, I think he might actually be legit. I think he might actually be a game changer. Especially, Andy Reid loves speed. So, dude's going to be fast as hell. We already know that he's fast. But, this offense is going to be tuned up to 11. Faster than anything that Helaire ever dealt with in college. I like this is probably one of the main picks, and I'm probably biased because I was a running back in high school. But I like this pick. I really, really like this pick. He went first round for a running back. Fuck yes. About goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? Now he set the bar. And if Helaire shows up, expect 2021, which is undoubtedly supposed to be the biggest draft in NFL history. He's going to show up. He'll show up. Your thoughts on the draft, sir?
Like I said, the running back is a good draft pick. And sorry, I'm a little distracted right now. My head.
It's okay.
I lost my head there for a minute. So they had a decent draft. They drafted what they needed. For the 2020 season, I also need to mention Bashard Breeland and Mike Pennell are both suspended.
Yes.
For personal conduct and positive test for marijuana for Bashard. Mike Pennell was a positive test for PEDs. So they are out.
But see, I thought, all right, wait a minute. Oh, no, it was the NBA that did it. Never mind. It wasn't the NFL. I was thinking.
The NFL did it, but the people who are already got listed as being suspended have to still serve their suspension.
Wow.
Because they tested positive while the NFL was still conducting that test, which is why Josh Gordon is not going to be in the NFL this year.
Yeah, which is see, that's what trips me out. Okay, so the NFL is a rough job. It's painful on your body. Football is a very painful job. I remember days that after grinding out a game, that you sit there, hop into the ice bucket to cool your thing, and then hop into the hot tub, ice bucket, and you did that 10 or 12 times, and then I still had to walk home from there to school, from school to home, didn't get no ride or nothing, and still had to be normal for the next 6 days and still do practice. Football is painful. Yeah. I unfortunately could not take pain pills because I couldn't get a prescription for pain pills, so I had to deal with a lot of pain. But these players now, they're taking pain pills, they're having to deal with, and they're addicted to them. And they're trying to find different ways to medicate, and they're using marijuana. And the NFL is like, marijuana is a bullshit ass drug. And I'm like, man, listen, marijuana is no fucking drug, dude. This is y'all niggas really hemming these dudes up over some weed because they're trying to ease the pain on their body. They're trying to perform for y'all, make money for the NFL. Y'all niggas bullshit. Okay, all right, cool, whatever.
I mean, Josh Gordon is probably the guy who, at this point, doesn't deserve to be in the NFL because of what he is. Just because of how many times he violated that.
I mean, I agree. I'm not going to sit there and lie.
And I like Josh Gordon. Remember, he was a Patriot for a couple of years. I'm a big fan of Josh Gordon. But the man has some issues with addiction.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is that the XFL isn't going to be around the corner. And I think with they're being relaxed about the marijuana policy.
The XFL shut down.
No, he bought
them. Not coming back. Not for another 5 years because now The Rock owns it with some other investments. But it's going to take them at least 5 years to get it going.
Well, you already know why the Rock was able to buy it because I'll explain that to you. Another
Well,
day.
I know Vince McMahon, because the XFL was hemorrhaging money because of the COVID. It came as a positive thing for football, a very nice break from the NFL. But then COVID showed up, and Vince McMahon and his ownership group paid off all the salaries, unlike the American Football League, which paid nobody ever.
Yeah.
They just hemorrhaged money, and The Rock was able to buy the fucking name of the XFL and the rights for $5 million.
Well, yeah, but you know who had a bigger? I know The Rock had the money for it, but there's a reason why The Rock bought it, as opposed to anybody else on the bucket list, which was also a complaint inside why they disputed the bankruptcy proceedings, the bankruptcy sale, because it was a bankruptcy sale. The Rock bought it, bought the assets. See, the people that Vince McMahon owed money to knew that Vince McMahon was going to find his way back into it without having to pay everybody else. See, Vince wants the XFL to succeed, but when COVID hit, everybody else was bullshitting. Like all the other people that he owed money to, they didn't want to work with him. So he said, "Fuck you! I'm going to claim bankruptcy." It's the oldest trick in the book. Donald Trump has done that shit a million times, and nobody fucking sweats it. I'm gonna claim bankruptcy, flip my shit to somebody else, and come back around and get my shit back up to another fucking shell company. Fuck you, kiss my ass, and that's what he does. That's what he does. So now, remember now, that's
McMahon likes lots of money. Vince McMahon likes lots of money.
That's what it is. It's just gonna end around. Give it 2 years, the XFL will be back. I promise you. With Vince's blessing, and I say blessing, I mean stack of cash funneling through the other side. Oh,
well, we got off on a little off the rails tangent there. Let's go ahead and take a look at this Kansas City Chiefs schedule.
Kapow!
All right, so we have the Houston Texans, the Chargers, the Ravens, the Patriots, the Raiders, the Bills, the Broncos, the Jets, Panthers, Raiders, Buccaneers, Broncos, Dolphins, Saints, Falcons, Chargers. Because they play in a weak division, it looks kind of like a weak schedule.
Yeah.
But Tom Brady will be seeing Patrick Mahomes once again, but this time in his Tampa Bay garb. The first game is a very interesting one. The Houston Texans do have the ability to beat this team.
Yeah, but not the firepower. They'll be able to hang for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, they traded DeAndre Hopkins for a cup of milk. My bad.
Yeah, exactly. I got more in return for trading a pack of baseball cards than the Texans did for trading DeAndre Hopkins. So
sad. So win-win. That Ravens game is very interesting.
At Baltimore, too.
Win-win loss. Win. Buffalo's defense is going to get Patrick Mahomes fits.
They will, but didn't Buffalo's defense get Patrick Mahomes fits last year? Didn't they play him last year?
They didn't play last year.
Interesting. Okay.
So win-win loss. Win. At Buffalo, too, I'm going to count that as a loss. 2 win. Like I said, I think Patrick Mahomes is going to come to Vegas to show out in week 11. Win. I'm going to say the Buccaneers are going to beat this team.
Okay.
I am looking at a 13-3 Kansas City Chiefs team.
Okay. Let me offer my insight on this one. I think they'll split the Broncos and they'll split the Raiders. Okay. Reason being is because division games always say you never know what you're coming up with. They lost to the Chargers last year in a game that they weren't even supposed to. This was the game that they were supposed to win, and they somehow blew it to the Chargers. So you know what?
That we called that on our picks that week.
Yep. Yes, we fucking did. We're gonna be advocates and say that they'll beat the Chargers twice this year, just because of how bad the Chargers are.
And I do want, while you're looking at the schedule, so I do want to let everybody know we will have weekly picks every week in the NFL this year.
Yeah.
So we will pick every game.
Yeah. Yes, we will. Most definitely.
So my 3 losses are the Ravens, Bills, and the Buccaneers. Those are my 3 losses.
11-5, and I'll tell you the teams that they're going to lose to. I already told you two. Raiders. They're going to lose to the Raiders, and they're going to lose to the Broncos once. Buffalo, which is the 3rd loss. Ravens. I think that'll be a 4th loss. I think that defense can hang. And then in a shocker, you ready for the shocker? Oh well, it's not even really shocker. Tampa Bay.
Hold on, here you go.
So that's 5. That's 5 right there.
I can dig it. So go ahead and get rid of that schedule.
Okay, I'm sorry. There you go. It's gone.
That is the AFC West rundown.
Yes.
If you're on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. We do have the Chiefs winning this division.
Yes.
If you're on, like I said, if you're on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell. If you're on Facebook, like and share, and be like, "Hey, these dudes talking shit about your team."
That's right. Because F your team. Oh.
You got anything for them, Hollywood?
Yes. Not only should you like and subscribe, make sure you hit the bell, follow us when all that this wonderful, juicy content pops up on your screen. Pop up your notification. Hot and juicy. It's content that needs to make you moist. That's right. We're gonna. So make sure you like and subscribe, follow us. We're gonna always deliver the best that we can. And if you don't like it, let us know you don't like it. Tell us why you don't like it. Tell us that you're mad because we talk trash about your team. Hell,
just like the dude on the NFC East video did, where he was like, "No, Dak Prescott beat Russell Wilson and me." What the fuck has Dak Prescott done in his whole career?
Not get anybody to the playoffs when they need to be. So that's that. So, anyways, this has been another episode of the NFL Preview. Join us in 2 days for the last episode with the NFC West. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy James, a.k.a. Hollywood J. Black. That's my man Big Sin over there.
We is out this bitch. Doses.